Good day everyone, this is Teacher Judea. For today, we will discuss about strategies for an effective conversation. Read the question listed below and assess yourself. Answer each question with yes or no. If you answered yes to most of the questions, you could consider yourself a good communicator. In this lesson, your ability to listen, speak, discuss, and participate in meaningful conversation will further be developed. You will also learn why an effective communication is important in our lives. We have here different conversation strategies. But before that, when we say conversation, it is where you exchange thoughts, opinions, and information on things with your family, friends, neighbors, or even to an acquaintance. This can lead to good, peaceful, and harmonious relationship among individuals. Properly expressing your thoughts and opinion, whether it is verbal or non-verbal, requires the art of speaking. There are times that conversation can be challenging. If that happens, you need ways on how to keep a conversation going and solve possible communication issues. We have here the active strategies. A stands for asking open-ended questions. Good questions are open-ended, requiring more than a simple yes or no. Example, what is your best travel experience? C. Clarifying for comprehension. This will ensure that you understand what you heard and that you get the details you need. Examples. When you said, what do you mean? Letter T. Trying conversation starters. Example. Do you know? A good conversation starter can turn an ordinary conversation into something extraordinary. Letter I. Interrupting politely. Example. Excuse me, can I ask something? With the proper timing, use a polite introduction to your interruption. V. Voicing opinions. Example. In my experience, I agree. So, it is important to know how to express yourself so that you will not be misunderstood. And letter E, expressing with keepers. Example, how about you? So, this may be used to continue or keep a conversation going. Next strategy is non-verbal cues. To communicate, we do not always have to talk. Without realizing, people send or receive non-verbal cues in every conversation. Non-verbal cues is another form of communication where people make facial expression, eye contact, and hand and body gestures. Being aware of these nonverbal cues is important because they will give additional information and meaning in any interaction. So here are some of the nonverbal cues which can enhance communication if used properly. Next is giving and taking down messages. So in situations like calls or telephone conversation, these nonverbal cues will not be present. Make sure that you communicate or receive the message accurately. Let's follow the guidelines on giving and taking down messages. So number 1, when giving a message is, first thing is be brief and state all the information. And remember to thank the person you are talking to. Then, when you are the one taking down a message, first, listen carefully. Write down the details accurately. And thank the person on the other line. And letter D, Convey the message accurately to the person concerned orally by writing a note. Indeed, a communication is needed in forming connection and building relationship. You can interact effectively using the appropriate conversation strategies and nonverbal cues. Now, let's read the dialogue between Mara and Ronel and focus on the conversation strategies and nonverbal cues used.
Hi, my name is Mara. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Hi Mara, I'm Ronald. It's a pleasure to meet you too.
Where are you from?
I am from Luis Palad Integrated High School. How about you?
I'm also from Luis Palad Integrated High School.
Oh, what a small world. We meet here.
It's true. Anyway, do you know Apolinario de la Cruz?
You're asking about Apolinario de la Cruz, known as Hermano Pule. Is that correct?
Yes.
I know him, but only few things about him.
Can you help me answer some questions about him?
Sure.
Is Apolinario de la Cruz a native of Quezon or not?
He's a native of Lagban, Quezon.
What are his contributions to the people of Quezon or even to all Filipinos?
He is known to many as Hermano Pule, the founder of Copadio de San Jose or Brotherhood of St. Joseph, who is fellow Filipinos. He led his movement for equality and religious freedom during the Spanish colonial period as a way of retaliation against the church for discriminating native Filipinos. The Copadio banned Spaniards and mestizos from joining without police permission.
He is a great person.
I agree. He is really a great man. It is just proper for us Quezonian to give him honor at 4th day of November as a Manapuli Day.
That's right. Thank you so much. You are really a big help.
You are welcome. I'm happy to help. Can you excuse me for a while?
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, so let's have task number 1. Mara and Ronel used nonverbal cues in their conversation. Find the text evidence in the dialogue to show what specific cues they use. An example is provided as your guide. Okay, so here some of the answer. Facial expression, Ronel is smiling. For gesture, head nods. Now let's have task number 2. Identify the conversation strategies used in the dialogue by writing the statement or questions in the second column. An example is provided as your guide. Number 1 is asking open questions. From the dialogue we have here, where are you from? Okay, let's check. 2. Clarifying for comprehension. You're asking about Apolinario. Is that correct? Trying conversation starters. Do you know Apolinario de la Cruz? Interrupting politely. Can you excuse me for a while? Voicing opinions. I agree. He is really a great man. Expressing with keepers. How about you? Task 3. The following sentences were taken from a telephone conversation between Marcus and Joy. Fill in the missing dialogue in their conversation. Choose from the lines below. What do you think is the answer? The answer is, hello, good afternoon, this is Miss and Mrs. Residence. And then, good afternoon, this is Joy Santos, student. May I speak with Mr. Alfonso Medinista? Next. This is Marcus, his younger brother. I'm sorry he's not at home. He accompanied my mother to Lucena. He will be out for the whole day. Would you like to leave a message? What do you think is the line for this? The answer is, Please tell him that all videos of the group presentations will be sent via email on Friday, 8 o'clock in the morning. Next. Just a moment, Joy. I'll write it down. What do you think is the answer? Yes, please. You're welcome. Then, thank you for the paper. Marcus, goodbye. And then for your final task, you will apply what you've learned in conversation strategies and nonverbal cues by creating a dialogue with at least 10 lines. You can go back to the conversation of Mara and Ronel and use it as your guide. Remember, in conversation, you can use active strategies to keep a communication going and solve possible communication issues. Nonverbal cues is another form of communication may provide additional message and meaning. God bless everyone. This is Teacher Judea.